Hi guys, and welcome to Mystery Parcel Openings. I'm really excited about this particular one. I got a note through the door yesterday saying you've got a package, and I went to collect it this morning and looked and I thought that's not what I was expecting, because I was expecting two packages coming in. One's a couple of kits and I expect that to be in a box, hopefully, and the other one I was expecting in an envelope, but a considerably smaller one. And as it turns out, that particular one turned up today after I'd been and collected this. That one got posted through today, so obviously it wasn't that, but it was when I flipped it over and saw the sender on the back, I knew exactly what it was. Sender is a very, very nice fella there called Jerry, as you can see. So thank you very much, Jerry. You are an absolute star, and I will be in touch regarding sorting some bits and bobs out for you. But what we've got in here is a thing in wrapping, another thing in wrapping, a paintbrush, three mysterious disc-shaped objects that all you Games Workshop peoples will recognise instantly, I have no doubt, and boom! Issue 1 of Conquest Spess Maureens magazine. I am super excited. I could not get a copy of this anywhere. I live in a tiny village up in the Highlands, and we really only have one local shop that tends to get part work stuff in, and the post office sometimes does, but that generally seems to be on a request basis. It's a kind of, if you know something's coming out and you ask them to order it or keep a copy for you, it's very rare that they get stuff like that because they've only got a limited magazine space. Either that or they're absolutely rubbish at ordering magazines, maybe. Who knows? Now, if you ever want a copy of Tractor Monthly, just, you know, give me a shout. I'll get those for you, no problem at all. The shelves are full of the damn things. But anyway, so yes, Conquest magazine, issue 1. Obviously, I couldn't get it locally. I thought, hey, it's no problem. I've got to take my brother to town. My nearest town's like 80 odd miles away, incidentally. And I thought, I've got to take my brother to town to get his bus, so it's all good. So, you know, I'll take him to town, and then I'll have a day wandering around the shops, because I've mentioned in the previous video my brother's been up to visit. So I thought, yeah, then I'll have a wander around the shops, because it's not very often again, maybe once every couple of months, probably not even that these days, that I go to the big city, big city. So I went all around in every shop you could think of. I went in every single supermarket. I went into WH Smith, that you would expect to have it. WH Smith was kind of the most promising one, but the girl that as soon as I mentioned it, she was like, oh yes, yeah, we've got some over here. Oh, they've all gone. So yeah, basically the entirety of the big city was sold out, including the Games Workshop that we have there as well. So nothing, not a single one anywhere. And I was chatting to somebody on, I think it was on Fox's live stream last week. I may be mistaken, but I believe it was. And we were just kind of chatting in the chat. I mentioned the fact that I'd scoured the entirety of town and could not find one. I was really kind of knocked about it. And this very kind chap, Jerry, said, oh, hey, I've got a few of them. So anybody that's kind of missed out or what have you, and I know he sent one to a friend, Lynn, over in America, so she's going to be absolutely delighted with that, and somebody else as well, I think he sent one to, and I just kind of resigned to say, oh, never mind, I'll just keep an eye out for the other issues and see what I can find. But yeah, he said, hey, I'll send you one. I'll send you a message when I'm sending it, which he hasn't done, has it? Which is why it came as such as a surprise. So it's awesomely cool. So yeah, we've got a really cool first magazine, which tells you about the forces, about the world. This is the 41st millennium, is it? Yeah, Battle Games of the 41st millennium. It gives you chapters, colour schemes. You've got sort of 3 figures which are ultramarines, and you get paints to start painting your ultramarines and what have you, so it's cool. And in addition to this, you get this super duper awesome fold out thing which tells you all about the cool stuff you can buy from Games Workshop, which is pretty cool. You know, obviously they've got to have a bit of advertising, it's all good. This tells you everything that you'll have if you buy all of the part works, and I've got to admit that's actually quite an impressive selection of stuff. There's, you know, there's sort of armies, and there's vehicles, and there's terrain, and it's pretty damn cool. It's also a huge picture poster, but I'll show you that in a moment. And then of course over here, these are the bases for the minis, and anybody that's made any Games Workshop minis, like this little fella here, will be fully aware of that. And then nicely wrapped. Now obviously they're wrapped like this because it came on a huge card, and it would have been ludicrous to expect Jerry to find an envelope big enough to stick the enormous card in, so he's basically broken it down into component parts and sent it to me like so. So we've got some lovely super duper blue ultramarine spruey bits. So let's focus in here a bit for you and give you a bit of a close-up. We've got some nice. I love the detail on Games Workshop kits. It's kind of strange that, I mean, I know the figures are exaggerated and everything, but it is kind of strange when you look at how crisply and sharply detailed the Games Workshop minis are, that some of the other kit manufacturers just don't seem to be able to do their figures as well detailed, and it baffles me a little bit, I've got to be honest, because these are just simply stunning. They're absolutely stunning, and I just love the detail on them. They're great fun. And then of course, to go with that, we've got the 3 sets of paints, and when I get these unwrapped, those paints are Abaddon Black, maybe, I don't know, I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it. Retributor Armour, which is kind of a coppery colour, which is very cool. I've got some of the old Citadel paints, Burnished Gold and Shining Gold. And this, I believe, is slightly different, so that's cool. It's a metallic, which and I love Citadel paints for brush painting. They're amazing, absolutely amazing. They've changed slightly now. They've got these base paints, and then they've got washers, and they've got dry brush paints, which are really thick and all sorts of things, which is a bit of a shame because some of their metallics are different now because of that. And then we have got Macragga Blue, which is a nice shade of ultramarine blue, as you can see. So that's super duper cool. So, and a brush. It's only a Citadel starter brush. It's a basic one, but it's a nice, you know, it's got I'd say it's probably about a size 2 of that you'd get in like an Airfix starter kit, but it's decent, you know, it's reasonable quality, and it certainly looks like it's better quality than your average Airfix starter brush. So yeah, I'm really super chuffed with that. So so that's it. Quick package opening. Thank you hugely, Jerry. You're a star. I will be in touch with you, and we will sort you some pennies out for that and whatnot, and maybe some coffee if you like coffee, if you're watching this. So so yes, I will be dropping you a message, and thank you massively. You are a gentleman, and you are super cool. Thank you so much. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to move the camera, and we're going to kind of like scoot over as if by magic and show you this enormous poster as a final closing bit. So thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Huge poster reveal. Ba, ba, ba. Look at that. How cool is that? Before we go though, there is one more important thing to do. Bubble wrap. Oh. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.